Hi, I'm Nancy. Welcome to Mindful Yoga. Today we have two themes. This is near Groundhog Day when I'm making this recording. The groundhog saw her shadow. So we are invited today to look at our shadows, at our shadow self. And then our other theme is arms. So if available, if you have a strap or a scarf to use and a stick, it might be a broomstick or any kind of dowel. If you don't have these, this is absolutely available without having those. You just can use your fists and become taut as if you are holding a strap or a stick, and it will work just as well. So let's have a seat where we can be well balanced, where we can feel secure on the earth, well supported, and we can lift up, feel our spines hanging from heaven. Then bringing our attention to the breath. We'll start with the three-part yoga breath. Inhaling as if you're filling the bottom of a glass in the belly, and then the lower ribs, and then up under the collarbone. Holding for just a pause, and then letting go, letting the water drain down and out the bottom of the glass. Our poem today by Rosemary Watola Tromer. Over and over we break open. We break and we break and we open. For a while we try to fix the vessel, as if to be broken is bad. As if with glue and tape and a steady hand, we might bring things to perfect again. As if there were ever perfect, as if to be broken is not also perfect, as if to be open is not the path to joy. Two more long, luxurious breaths. Just beginning that opening. Then bring the right hand up to the shoulder of the left, to the eye of the shoulder on the left. Just rubbing there. There's a lot of acupuncture points there, I understand. Just getting back in there among the, kind of between the bones there. Then extending that left arm out and tapping with a good tap down the front of the arm to the palm and the back of the hand and up the back of the arm. Just becoming aware, waking up to the breastbone and back down. And coming to the breastbone, changing hands and coming over to that eye of the shoulder, left fingers coming into the right eye of the shoulder now. These are the lung and heart meridians that are being opened as we come down from chest, as we tap from breastbone, down the front of the arm, the palm, up the back. Just one way, vibration, tapping, to open up a little bit more. Just as breathing is a way to open up, movement is a way to open up. And then taking fingertips, tapping down the breastbone to the solar plexus, the fire chakra. Slight tap on the abdomen, and then letting the hands rest there for just a breath. Bringing one hand to the side, other hand comes up and over. As the poet says, we are broken, we are flawed. We are all flawed human beings. And there's a kind of beauty there. We are unique in all our flawed perfection. And we're flawed like everyone else. So it gives us a kind of compassion for ourselves and for others. We are capable of all of it, of anything. So it's a kind of glimpse into oneness. Coming up to center. Let's bring one arm up and around, follow with the gaze back and around. 2 more times around this way, and then once around forward. Feeling that shoulder waking up, being considerate of the shoulder, just inviting the movement and then letting the body tell you exactly what part of this movement you should do, and coming around the opposite way. And the other side. As we find our full selves, we find our connection with every other human. Only when we're complete, shadows and all, we claim our humanness. One more time around, and then coming around the opposite direction. Always caring for yourself here, physically, mentally, and emotionally. Let's bring our arms out to the side. Reach out from the center of the breastbone, through the eyes of the shoulders, out through the elbows, the wrists. Let the ends of the fingers tingle and reach out a little bit, sparkle. And then turning from the waist up, letting everything turn together. We have these many parts, like anger, guilt, or fear. And they've been born in us to protect us. They were necessary to protect us. At some point or other, we needed to feel guilty to protect that little inner self, or we needed to be angry to protect it. Coming back through center, let the arms come down. Bring one foot out, extended out in front of you. Other foot comes up beside the thigh, maybe comes over. Wrap hand or forearm around, other hand comes back as a kickstand. Reach out through that extended heel, come forward on the sits bones, long through the spine, and then gradually coming around from the bottom up with an inhale and an exhale, just 70% twist. So these parts have alerted us where we need some attention and care inside ourselves. But sometimes that doesn't get the attention that it wants. Let's come around to the other side. Extend out through that heel. Wrap. Secure in the back. Long through the spine, forward on the sits bones. Inhale. Exhale, round through the lower ribs. And continue round. But when you come to know and acknowledge these broken parts of ourselves, you start to have a choice as to how to use them and release yourself around. Bring your feet up again, giving you a good support base as we bring the arms wide, soften the elbows, shoulders, wrists, and fingers, but opening through the chest. And then closing in with a turtle back. Opening the spine in both directions. My Zen teacher, who's a therapist, says, befriend these broken parts. Say thanks to them. They have helped us along the way. They've protected us. Today we move and vibrate and breathe with them, feeling their energy, letting the anger, the guilt become an energy. And let the hands come down. As an energy, you can feel their potential, their possibility to loosen and become more flexible. Bring the feet wide. Then curl up one foot, if that works for you, into the inner thigh. Walk forward with the fingers, walk across to the extended leg. Other arm comes up and over. Just enjoying that diagonal stretch. Perhaps these parts don't serve as they once did. We're stronger now, we're older. We can ask these parts gently if they're willing to break open and find a way to use that potential energy in another way. And then bringing the feet in and coming to the other side, walking forward with the fingers and across, opening up, coming over, feeling the opening. We open through parts of the body, make more parts of the body available to this gentle movement or vibration or breathing. And those emotions, which are often lodged in different parts of the body, can also relax a bit and loosen. And we'll come to a standing position. In Chinese medicine, the lungs harbor this grief, sadness, shame, remorse. So loosening that as we inhale fully through the lungs and exhaling upwards, hands pushing up softly like a cloud. Inhale and exhale, just letting that any sadness or grief or remorse, shame, just loosen, being kind to it, knowing its power, befriending it. Then coming down, bring the hands together, palms together at the heart, send that up, the midline, open the hands out to the front, knees bend as the hands come down, palms down, crossing the wrists and fountaining up. Perhaps feeling some opening. The courage to not hide, to let yourself be fully you and work with that. One last time. And bring the hands down to the sides. Hands come back to the kidneys, rubbing the kidneys back there behind the waist, a place of insecurity and fear near the adrenal glands. And just loosening that up, coming down the back of the legs, cross ankles up the middle, inner seams of the legs, rubbing a bit again, coming down, grounding down through the feet, softening down through the feet, feeling the earth down through legs. That grounding down itself gives a kind of physical security and safeness to the body that allows fear and insecurity to relax. Then bring the feet a little wider than hip width apart, coming into a standing squat as arms come up behind, knees bend as you come down, letting head and heart, belly relax down. Hands come down with fists to the front of the thighs. Draw up through the feet, through the legs, up through the pelvic floor, up into the kidney area, and hold your inhale there for a moment. And exhale, palms down, let it go down. Inhale, bring arms up around. Exhale, relax down. Bring fists to the thighs. Soak up the earth energy. And let it go down. Inviting the insecurities to melt, inviting the calmness and quiet of the earth. And bring it down. And then we come to the heart, bringing the hands in front of the heart loosely. A place that harbors or can harbor arrogance and ill will, even hatred. Something we struggle with in this era. To loosen it up, we'll bring interlace our fingers and palms forward, come up overhead. And then we're coming over to the left side, the side of the heart, as if you were loosening up, squeezing out some of that arrogance and ill will, or inviting it to loosen up. Coming back to the heart with an inhale. Exhale, pushing up and over to the left. Inviting in some loosening, befriending, acknowledging that ill will, that arrogance. And then we're going to bring our hands out in front, sides of the hands together. They rise up, keeping the sides of the hands together. Then the back of the fingers and the back of the hands come together and down the midline. Opening up forward, rising up, and bringing the possibility of a sincere, respectful heart down through the middle. 2 more times, opening forward, lifting up, back of hands together, coming down. And 1 last time, receiving, bringing that up, coming into some deep joy within the heart. And lastly, our liver, over here under the ribs, harbors resentment and anger. So to loosen that up, we inhale here, exhale, intertwine and turn the palms outwards, come up and come over to the right with an exhale over. Inhaling, acknowledging remorse, anger, and exhaling, befriending, feeling the power, and respecting the power of our parts of our anger. 1 more time. Anger serves us, just needs to be tamed a bit and used appropriately. Then we're going to bring our hands back here under the right ribs. The heels of the hands come under the ribs where the liver is. Push down as knees bend and hips come out in the back a bit, down onto the thighs. Then rubbing up with some force and bringing the heels of the hands up as the knees straighten, come up under the ribs. Exhale down. Inhale up. Exhale down. Inviting that power of remorse and anger to gradually come into some kindness, using its energies to be kind to self and to be kind to other. And let the hands come down. Let's bring the weight into 1 foot and then the other. Soothing, allowing things to rearrange and loosen, to break open, maybe to renew and refresh. As you bring the weight into 1 foot, turn slightly, bring the weight into the other, and turn slightly in the opposite direction. So shift the weight, turn a bit, shift the weight, turn a bit, weight into one foot and turn, weight into the other foot and a slight turn. Just letting the body be soothed by this, relaxing through jaw, head is bobbulacious, shoulders are relaxed, belly is relaxed, glutes, and down into the softness of the feet, giving into gravity. This is called wave, hands like clouds. The right hand, when you're on your left foot, the right hand can come up and come across. The palm is towards the chest, fingers are loose, wrists are loose, elbows are loose as the weight comes across. And then turning, the hand comes down and paints with the fingertips, palm outward now at the abdomen level across as the weight goes over. And you turn, shift the weight, hand comes across the chest, palm towards the body, and then palm outwards, shifting the weight and turning. Just doing that for a minute, coming across, turning, shifting the weight, slight turn, arm comes across, turn, shift the weight, like a paintbrush, the fingers just gently coming across in front of you. Then let that arm come down, be on the right foot, weight on the right foot, and left arm comes across with palm towards the chest, everything loose, slight turn and painting its way across in front of the abdomen with the palm turned out. Slight turn and come around. Letting the hand and arm find its way, remaining loose through shoulder and elbow and wrist, and feeling that shift of weight and slight turn, and shift of weight and slight turn. Now we're going to put both hands together. So one hand is coming across, the other one turned out across the abdomen, and then the bottom hand comes up inside the top hand, and the top hand comes down. Coming across, bottom hand comes up inside the top hand. Bottom hand is painting across. The top hand is protecting the heart. Waving your hands through the clouds. Clouds often seen as part of that idea of shadow self, or shadows, delusions in the world of who we really are. So we're loosening the clouds up. Just letting yourself flow here. And gradually letting the clouds go and bringing the hands down. We're going to come into a prone position, sliding into a Sphinx pose. Pulling back with the hands, fingers spread, pulling back through the forearm, letting the shoulders relax, shoulder blades coming down gently towards the waist. And the rest of the poem, the vase that's been shattered and cracked will never hold water. Eventually, it will leak. And at some point, perhaps, we decide that we're done with picking our flowers anyway and no longer need a place to contain them. We watch them grow, just as wildflowers do, unfenced, unmanaged, blossoming only when they're ready. And my God, how beautiful they are amidst the mounting pile of shards. And letting the chest, the heart come down towards the mat. Hands are under the shoulders, elbows bent against the back of the sides of the body. Push the top of the feet down. Engage through the legs, through the hips, and then bring head and shoulders up just as much as they go, using all those back muscles to do that. You might push into your hands and come up a little bit farther if you'd like to. Letting yourself come down to head and shoulders only up. Let the arms come wide, back behind you, palms out, thumbs up. The whole back chain of the body engaged here. Bring hands underneath the cheek and let the cheek rest down for a moment on the back of the hands. And hands under shoulders, we're coming up to a tabletop position. And a cat-cow here, opening the front of the spine from pubic bone up through collarbone, letting the neck just be kind of a natural extension, not craning it up. And then lifting with the muscles on the sides of the waist, arching up through the back, pushing down through the hands, chin comes towards the chest. Finding your cow and your cat. So important to loosen up the spine, all those nerves connected to it. Loosens up the whole parasympathetic nervous system. That brings us some calm. Then coming back through center, we're going to do thread the needle. So arm comes up on the side, and this time we're going to bring it straight through and come down onto the shoulder, down to the side of the head, stretching that shoulder. Other hand might stay where it is, it might come out to the front, it might come up above, it might wrap around. Adapting everything to the experience and life of your shoulders. Unwrapping, pushing up with that hand. Other hand comes up, in under the armpit, and we come to thread the needle on the other side. Unwrapping if you've wrapped, and bringing yourself up into tabletop once again. Make sure your hands are securely under your shoulders, knees under hips. Raise up one knee, bring it towards the elbow, stretch it out long, the foot goes way back and then crosses over. The gaze comes around to look at that foot that has been extended and crossed over. Coming back up with the knee towards the elbow, stretching out, feeling that length, and then crossing over and looking back as if you're looking back at your shadow. Acknowledging that there is a shadow there. It's part of us. And bringing the knee up and out and across. Bring that knee back in under the hip. Raise the other knee up. Bring it up a little bit towards that elbow. Stretch back. Feel the length up through the crown of the head. And then crossing over and gazing back. Knee comes up and towards the elbow. Long from the toes up through the crown. Then across. Befriending the shadow, all of the parts of yourself. One more time, knee up to elbow, stretch back, across, and gaze, enjoying that, the sensations through the side of the body. And bring the knee back up. Hands come forward in front of the shoulders, coming up into a downward dog, tucking the toes. Let the knees be soft. Let the body be very long. Feel the arms here, the elbows turning in slightly and a little up. The shoulder blades out towards the edges of the body. The inner abdominal muscles pushing back just a little bit more. Knees are soft, spine is long. Heels might paddle up and down a little bit to open up through the back of the legs. Keeping that length, bring the left foot underneath the shoulders. Right leg comes up just to whatever height works for you, pushing into the hands, becoming long up through the heel. Then we're going to bend that knee of the leg that's up in the air and bring the heel towards the buttocks. This is called wild thing. And I'm imagining this as our wildflowers, unfenced, unmanaged, blossoming just when they're ready. And then bringing the knee down towards the other leg and then down with the foot. The right foot comes underneath the hips, push back through the hands, long through the left heel foot. Then bending that knee and bringing the heel towards the buttocks. Letting yourself be the wild thing that you are. Blossoming when you're ready in the fields. And then turning knee down towards the mat and bringing the foot down. Let's come forward into a plank. Your style, knees might be down, glutes are strong, shoulder blades are relaxed now a bit, down towards the direction of the waist. Strong through the abdomen, strong through the back for 3, 2, and 1. Elbows come in towards the body, knees come down. And just a slight baby cobra here. Now let's bring our hands wide and push back, knees stay down, hips are high, and chest comes down in the direction of the mat into puppy. That's a nice long stretch. Feeling that through the arms, under the arms, in the shoulders. And bringing the hands back in front of the knees, tucking the toes, pushing into the hands, rocking back onto the toes of the foot and the balls, and then lifting the hips with some weight in the fingers or hands. And we're going to come in to a forward fold. Let the arms just be very loose here. Hips are high. Elbows, shoulders, wrists, hands, just completely loose and relaxed. Then bringing the hands onto the shins, pushing onto the shins, allowing length from the bottom of the spine all the way up to the top of the spine and to the crown of the head. Belly comes to thighs as knees bend, arms come wide, and bringing the chest and the eyes towards the front, rise up. Coming up into mountain pose. Just rocking back and forth a little bit as you feel your feet on the mat. Wiggling the toes a little bit as you come back. Feeling your place, grounding down. Allowing all of those parts of you to feel safe. You have the maturity now to choose how to use those parts. Now we're going to bring shoulder circles, but kind of big shoulder circles. Shoulders come up to the ears, and then the whole top of the body and arms come forward and bring the circle round and up. So a forward circle with the shoulders that involves the spine as well. One more time. And then round the opposite direction, shoulders coming up, shoulder blades squeezing together and coming back, that same extension into the spine. One more time. Feeling the feet securely underneath us. Let's just bring the right arm out, fingers extended out. Feel some movement of the breastbone away from the shoulder on that side, and some movement of that shoulder blade in the back on that side coming towards the spine. Then turn the palm up, and in so doing, turn the whole arm. So turning the wrist turns the elbow up and turns the shoulder in its socket. Feeling that whole shoulder turning. Again, always adapting to the needs of your shoulder, being very aware of the sensations. And bringing that arm down, other arm comes up, reach out, then feeling the energy coming with a little turn towards the breastbone in the front, and then that shoulder blade in the back coming towards the spine, clearing the way for the shoulder to turn it in its socket as the palm turns up and down. Now bring the other arm up, and we're going to feel the back arm of the body, back arm line of the body. So the palms are down, pull out through the hands. Feel the base of the pinky reaching out. Feel the triceps stretching as kind of isometric here. Arms strong. The muscles on tops of the shoulder, the rhomboids between the shoulder blades and the spine, the trapezius in back. And then begin to push down, just down and up very quickly. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6. Take a rest, stretch out, keep the palms down, and one more time. 10, 9. Then turn the palms up, and this time feel the extension out through the base of the thumb. Palm is up. We feel the biceps. We feel the pectoral muscles in the chest as part of this front arm line. And in the back, the mid-back and the sides become engaged as we push up, 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 up. 10, 9, 5, 3, 2, and 1. Leave them stretched out for a moment. And we'll do it one more time. Up, up, up for 10. Bring the arms down. That's something we're not used to doing. Just swing them as you like to, or shake them out. And then we're going to take your strap or scarf if you have one. If you don't worry about it. If you don't have one, just keep your hands in fists with the sense of engagement through the arms. If you have your strap or scarf, bring your arms wide, just a little wider than shoulder width, and pull out on either side of the strap you're holding so that there's some tautness there. Bring the strap up just above the head, and down, and up, and down, and up, and down in front of you. Then slide the hands out to a wider position, and we'll do the same thing, bringing the strap up over the head. And this time, because you're a little wider, perhaps you can bring the strap back behind your head slightly, still over your head. And maybe you feel your shoulder blades coming together a little bit as you do that. I'm bringing the strap up being very sensitive to how far back you should go. If you feel any undue strain or pain, back off. One more time up, hesitate there at the top, and bring it back down. Then squeezing the hands in, or bringing the hands in just a little bit more towards each other on the strap. We're going to lift one arm up, maybe the left arm up above the head, and then the other arm out to the side in an L shape, going back and forth as the L changes from one side to the other. My yoga teacher calls this flossing your shoulders. I always hear a pop, feel a pop on this one. We carry all sorts of shadows within our joints as well. Acknowledge them and accept them. Learn to live with them. And gradually give them some challenge as well. Now bringing the hands just overhead, bring the feet a little wider, and we're going to do a side bend, keeping some pull between the hands on the strap. And that pull gives you some strength, some leverage. So there's not so much strain on other parts of the body because you're being very secure and strong with your arms up above. One more time in each direction. And come up and bring the hands down. And once again, take a moment to let the relaxation come into the shoulders. Let the shoulders be soft, the arms heavy, fingers relaxed. Letting that softness come down through the belly. Arranging your feet in a comfortable way. Just surrendering to gravity for a moment. And trusting that connective tissue, pretensile strength to hold you up, in the bones, muscles, blood flowing freely, nerves firing just right. Now putting the strap down, we're going to come to our stick if you have one. Again, if you don't worry about it. Just mime the same things we are doing and bring some sense that you are lifting something as we do this. So the feet are just a little bit wider than hip width apart. Hands are gripping the stick with the palms up. So the fist comes around, the fingers come around the stick, but the palms are up. So elbows are fairly close to the body, and we're lifting the stick up. So the movement is in the shoulders, arms, elbows, wrists are still. One more time. Then we'll turn the hands so that we're gripping with our palms down. Bring the hands a little wider this time, so elbows are a little farther out from the body. And bringing the stick up, again, moving through the shoulders. Very smooth movement. One last time. Feeling the sensations, hearing any sounds in the shoulder joints. Then keeping the palms turned down. Bring the feet a little wider apart. And we're going to bring the bottom hand in vertically. So the stick becomes vertical in front of you. And then the top hand brings it over a little bit more across. And that knee bends a little bit on that side. Then coming back, turning it vertical, and the knee on the other side bends a bit as that top hand comes across and the bottom hand keeps the stick in the middle. So it's a vertical and then a twist invited in the body by the top hand coming across. I find that the stick needs to turn a little bit in the hand to enable this. And it gets into that medial glute on the back side of the hip, which always feels good. And coming back through center. Bring the stick back behind. Hold it in the crooks of the elbows. So the stick is going across the mid back, kind of under the shoulder blades, but a little bit farther down. If you don't have a stick, just bring your elbows back and bring some tautness engagement to the fists and the hands. Those with sticks can relax their hands. And we're going to come forward. So feet are secure, hips remain right above the ankles and heels, and the body, the top part of the body, the torso, comes forward parallel to the earth or as close as you want to bring it, and back up, allowing the stick to give some natural engagement to the body so that you're not putting undue stress on particularly the abdominal area and the back muscles. 2 more times. And coming back up, we're going to come into cow arms with the stick. So bringing the stick so that one hand holds it above one shoulder, the same shoulder as the arm, and the other hand comes back behind and up, maybe at the waist, maybe a little farther up. Just play with where your hands can be on that stick. And if you don't have your stick, obviously you can just bring your hands back and maybe fingertips say hello to each other. So just pausing here for a moment in cow arms, one of the shoulders internally rotated and the other shoulder externally rotated. Then releasing that side, bringing the stick into the other hand so that it can bring the stick over its shoulder. Other hand comes around, maybe to the back of the waist. Really just your own unique way of holding the stick here or holding your hands in cow arms. Letting there be some uprightness through the body. Feeling the feet engaged with the ground. Some energy coming up through the body. And then that internal and external rotation in the shoulders. Release. Put the stick down. Take the strap just for one more moment here, if you have it. And bring it back behind the body, and you're holding it with the hands fairly close together, about 5-6 inches. It comes back behind the buttocks. If you don't have a strap, interlace your fingers and pull down behind the buttocks. And we're going to do a yoga mudra. Feet can be under you. If it works better to bring one foot up in front, that's also fine. So you can play around with that. So yoga mudra, the torso becomes parallel to the earth. Arms might come straight back or they might come up farther, being very sensitive to how that feels. Stomach might come, or abdomen, towards the thighs. The knees are a little soft. Let that tautness in the strap or the pulling of the hands down, if you're intertwined fingers, be a ballast, an energy that allows the body to come down and back up with more ease. Again, we're loosening up the body, and at the same time, we're relaxing mind, emotions. And let that go. Let the strap go. We're going to be male deer here for a moment at the end. Male deer have hooves with all the fingers together, and then they have antlers with the forefinger and little finger up. So we start with the hooves. Bring the weight into the left foot, right foot comes forward, and hooves are over to the left. Weight is back in that left foot, the back foot. Weight comes up into the front foot, change to antlers, bring them up over the head. One stays up and one points back at the heel, back behind. Just pausing for a moment in that twist, in that gaze back behind you. Coming up over with the antlers, foot comes back. Hooves move to the other side, left foot steps forward, weight is in the right back foot. The hooves come up and over, changing to antlers, weight comes into the front foot, and the gaze is back, along with that antler that is pointing down to the back heel. Come up and over, feet come back parallel, and then bring the hooves over to the left side. Right foot comes forward, weight is back, antlers come up and over, looking back at your shadow. Acknowledging the shadow, acknowledging the broken parts. Other side, weight comes forward, antlers come up and over. Befriending and appreciating that broken vessel that we all are. Fingers come up over and back to hooves. And one more time on each side. Right foot comes forward, hooves are over to the left, weight is back, up and over as weight comes forward. Gazing, engaging with the shadow. And up and over. Hooves come to the right, left foot comes forward, weight is back. Weight comes forward, up and over. Letting the flowers bloom wildly. Being who you are. Loosening up, allowing all those energies to transform as they can through our lives. Let's come to a lying position as we finish up today. Sink down into the earth, grounding down, so important for all of our parts to feel secure so that we can use our energies in the most beneficial ways. Secure behind the heart, the head, the belly, the legs, and the arms. Giving a hug to one knee. Extending that leg out, giving a hug to the other knee. Bringing both knees up. They come towards the armpits. Feet rise up and hands come up to shins or ankles or the bottom of the feet. Relaxing through the back of the neck. Relaxing down through shoulders, behind the heart, behind the waist. Through the abdomen. Swaying, rocking back and forth if that brings comfort. Then bringing the feet down, knees are bent. Keep the right sole of the foot on the mat. Left ankle comes up onto right thigh. The palm of the left hand comes against the inner thigh of the left leg. Relax through the ankle and the toes, the shins, the calves, the thigh, from knee down to hip. Profound relaxation through the inner abdomen, into the belly, into the very core of your inner soft self. Letting that relaxation come up through the inner channel of the ribs, up through the heart, relaxing through the neck, the ear and the eye on that side, the cheek and the jaw. Releasing that ankle. Left foot is on the mat, knee bent, and right ankle is up on left thigh. Bringing the right palm against the right inner thigh. Relaxing in the arch of the foot, the curve of the shin and the calf, the back of the thigh. Profound relaxation down through the belly. Letting that softness come up inside the ribs, through the liver, up through the lungs, the neck, relaxing through ear and eye, cheek and jaw. And back to the belly. Letting go, trusting the earth. Uncrossing. Perhaps you're going to stay here and relax for a while. Perhaps you'll come into a side fetal position. Slowly pushing up, coming back into the world as it is. Bringing palms together at the heart. Let's befriend all parts of ourselves. Like Peter Pan, we aren't complete without our shadows. As if we ever were perfect. As if to be broken is not also perfect. As if to be open is not the path to joy. Namaste. Thank you for your practice.